and what is happening so far?
The circus that you are seeing in the Electoral Commission, you know, of course, we have had the NUP complained before even the Electoral Commission came out. The NUP complained that security officers, that is the intelligence officers like GISOs, DISOs, were calling their supporters who had signed nomination forms of the NUP candidate and asking them to sign for the NRM candidate. Then the Electoral Commission clears the NRM candidate first so they could invalidate the forms that bear the signatures of these same people that they had been calling. Now that already shows you that the Electoral Commission is not in charge of that election facade that we are walking into. So it is a very poor showing by the Electoral Commission. And ironically, it is now no longer called the Electoral Commission, it's called the Independent, ironically, Independent Electoral Commission.
Do you doubt they're independent?
Your guess is as good as mine.
That amendment of the name of the Electoral Commission did not pass, so they retained their name Electoral Commission.
Oh, did they?
Sure. Yeah, it did not pass. It did not pass.
Okay,
it was not
I stand corrected. So now, what happens is this: even then, even if it didn't pass, they are expected to be independent.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be the normal state of affairs. So anyway, what is happening? If we look at it from the political bit of it, because the Electoral Commission is basically a President Museveni walking stick. I don't close these things.
The Electoral Commission is a constitutional body.
Kenneth, I am a political strategist. I am not a constitutional lawyer. I am not a member of parliament. I'm a political strategist. I deal with real politics as it is. I say it as it is. I tell you that this one means this. So I'm telling you that the Electoral Commission we have in Uganda today is an extension of the military. Uganda, I have stated here, time without number, Uganda is under a military government.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Electoral Commission is one of the people, of the institutions accessorizing, the operations of the military government. So what I'm trying to tell you is that in terms of political strategy, President Museveni has always preferred to frame the elections as a referendum on him, the person, and his role. Okay, so now, this is a provocative move by the Electoral Commission to the NUP to try and whip the anti-Museveni sentiment to side with the NUP. So that the pro-Museveni sentiment and the other, of course, now even the page boys and flaggers have been talking about will now be on the side of the pro-Museveni sentiment. So you'll find that the supporters of FDC, who would be voting for Nathan Nandala Mafabi will be probably voting for him maybe because he's their kinsman, or simply because they just think that we need to have a change, but not because they disagree with anybody who associates with the politics of President Museveni. So what I'm trying to show you is that President Museveni is using this, the Electoral Commission is actually playing President Museveni's political game by trying to provoke the NUP into this kind of shenanigans. They are trying to frame the coming electoral facade as a referendum on President Museveni. And now the moment that happens, what it means is that you no longer have an election that is based on issues. You see, you can see that in the build up to that electoral facade, people are not discussing issues affecting Ugandans. What we are discussing is you are selling party tickets. You have been compromised by President Museveni. You have done petty things, and who is the center in all this? President Museveni. So he has framed the whole political conversation in Uganda today about him and his son by extension. Okay, so the issues are now relegated to the backside. Then we also don't have identity. I want to disagree with Honorable Mulamba. He said that Mulumba. Sorry, I'm sorry about mispronouncing your name. So when you said that ethnicity, it is not bad to determine politics on ethnicity. Ethnicity is just one parameter of identity. Politics of identity is what you see world over. Identity could be by ethnicity. Identity could be by ideology. Identity could be by religious beliefs. It could be by anything. So for me, I think it is perfectly okay if we said Ugandans, if for example, Nathan Nandala Mafabi can mobilize Bukedi, Bugisu, Teso to vote for him, there's nothing wrong with that. And he should feel free to campaign. That's why we even have, cultural institutions promoting their culture. It is not criminal for you to show patriotism in regards to your ethnic grouping. Yeah. So, but President Museveni has always made it a point that ethnicity does not become a factor. Why? Because it can easily be used against him and take him out of power. So on that, I give him, I concede that he has beaten us to that. Now, the moment he has...
Who are you?
Ugandans, the Ugandan citizen. So in other words, now the election is quickly being framed as a Museveni referendum, something that we had been having in the past. In 2021, there was some bit of a shock because Robert Kyagulanyi, the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi, came as, a wild card at the beginning, so they did not really know how to handle him, but trust me, President Museveni now knows him from A to Z. So all these provocations are by design. They are not accidental. They are not by incompetence of the Electoral Commission. No, it's because the Electoral Commission is captive. It is being run by the military.